All right, three guys, many games. We're attempting to go live here. This is something interesting, and I'm saying three guys, many games when we're actually two guys right now.
Yeah,
So
well, we could
what
be
are we?
one and a half each until Smalley comes.
Is this like a prima donna act? Like you have to
No,
come in?
he's got crazy hours. He's dealing with people in China, with his apparel business. He's outfitting the whole NCAA right now. He's got teams all over the map.
He's in
Business.
basketball mode. He's in
He's in
Sweet
Wow, he's guys in
16. He's in
basketball.
lacrosse mode.
He's in
Boy,
March
this is a
Madness
busy time
mode.
of the year.
He's looking to get Bobby courtside seats for the Duke St. John's game on Friday. He's got a lot going on, and
Oh,
he put us on the back burner, but I have confidence he'll show up.
man, if he pops in, he pops in. What are you gonna do,
Yeah,
right?
that's all
So
you
we
can do.
we it was a big week, big weekend. The rankings came out. The first thing I was really wanted to talk about is there was some discussion. You see, people talking about it was Notre Dame's. The aspect that Notre Dame didn't play this week.
Yeah, they had a bye week. Yeah,
And a bye weekend when you're seeing teams have overloaded schedules and starting so early, yet they keep cruising along. They're the number one ranked team. They're undefeated. They don't overplay their schedule. You know, some people are complaining they don't play enough games, but I mean it's up to them of how they make
yeah.
their schedule. I mean, is there something that to be said for their strategy of maybe playing a few less games?
I guess so. I mean, obviously, it's a less chance of injury, but the one thing is they don't duck anybody. They have a very tough schedule, obviously, within the ACC, but their out of conference schedule is also strong. You know, I mean, unfortunately, there are teams along the way already that have lost some key guys. I think that Notre Dame is healthy right now. So, can it come back and bite you that one year when they didn't play that many games and they didn't get in? Remember, there was a lot of
Yeah,
controversy about them not getting
right.
in. I think they beat Duke. It was a head-to-head game, and they beat Duke. They didn't get in, and Duke got in, and so listen, Corrigan knows what he's doing. You can't argue with success. He's had a couple national championships. They've been right there year in, year out. Right now. So if it's working, why change it?
I guess it's really the debate of being battle tested ready or being rested. That's really the debate by
Yeah,
whether you schedule those
yeah.
games in. You know, um, I don't think they worry about being battle tested because they play so many strong teams when it comes to the ACC. So they're going to play
Well,
them.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, look, you got, their last half of their season, or last third of their season is ACC teams, ACC tournament, and then they go into
Right.
the NCAAs. So,
I mean, that's a brutal when you look how strong the ACC is, that becomes a brutal grind having to play those teams and then having to play potentially two of them again in the in
yes,
the in a row in the ACC tournament. I mean, that's
yeah.
tough.
Well, there's your battle tested, but let's look at the other side. With the Ivy leagues, they're battling each other. This
Right.
guy's calling me, Smalley. Why? He
Yeah.
knows we're on, and he's
Okay. Well,
trying to
let him
call me.
let him call. He'll figure it out.
The man is just.
This is he we're gonna
Is
have
his
to
wife
definitely
is not
do an
there,
Andy
or his daughter,
Kaufman
or
Saturday
we
Night
need somebody?
Live poll. He might get voted off the island.
We got a lot of guys looking to audition.
Right. There's
It'd
a
be
lot of
tough to replace
open
him.
audition.
He's got a unique style, that's for sure. But
We'll get Eli Manning with the most punchable faces of punchable face. So another team way at the top, Richmond, still
yeah,
undefeated, still grinding, showing. Well, they're doing more than grinding. They're starting to bludgeon teams. It's not like just winning games. They're winning, overwhelmingly when you're getting into those division games that they have.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
my former teammate has built is you know now he's calling me. Look at this.
see if you could get him on. See what he's doing.
I mean, this is the kind of shenanigans that he pulls. Send to my email. I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it.
He's a
It's
prima donna.
just an
I can
interrupter.
do it. I'll send it. He's a prima donna. He can't do it. He said, "Let me see." God, he don't know how to cut. He don't know how to cut and paste. I'll get it to
Now you
him.
know
I'll
what we
get it.
deal with. The people out there seeing this live, now you know what we have to deal with on a constant basis. Bobby courtside, in his own
Yeah,
world. Oh, there he is.
he made it.
I think so.
Well,
He's
he
decided
did
to
it.
join us.
I was
We
gonna
we're
say he
going.
didn't
We're
know
on.
how he did it, but he did it.
We're actually on live, and you're phone calling, you're beeping, you're text messaging
Well, why can't you send it to the email like we always do?
because we're actually in the middle of talking about things. So how
No,
do you
how he
expect
sent
me to
it to
stop
you.
Fuck the
and
money.
drop everything while we're on live? We're on live now. We're on live.
You're
People
on.
are watching right now. They're
But
watching
hold on, I
you
gotta hit a button. I don't know where I am. Hold on.
You're on. You're on. You're on.
Should I
Although
on.
touch it? Then I might screw the whole.
you look like you're on your phone. Are you on your phone or on your?
I don't know what I'm on.
Phone. He's
You
on
don't
his
know if you're
phone.
on your
Am I
phone or
on
your
my
computer.
phone?
No, yes, you're on your phone. 3 years you guys have been doing this podcast, and you still
It,
Hannah,
haven't known how to get
Hannah,
on.
I
Hannah,
bless you,
now we've
Hannah.
got ratings.
Hannah the goat, Hannah.
How long have you guys been
Oh,
doing this?
How
That's
do I
the
get
lovely
on?
Hannah.
Years.
viewer.
He can't. You
Listen,
guys can't see him.
I see him. We see him.
So,
Everything's on.
so
All I
Doug,
can
what are
tell
you
you,
talking about? They can
our
see his
viewership
face.
just doubled right now with Hannah coming
Oh yeah,
on. These
huh?
young lacrosse
Exactly.
Forget it.
players who follow us, wait until they get a load of Hannah. Forget it.
Have a good
Hey,
show.
listen to me.
Okay.
Thank you, Hannah. You're an amazing young
Thanks,
lady.
Hannah.
I'm going.
Listen, that's why I told you.
Stop screaming.
Oh, get out. You already did your job. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Someone said I can't coach Division I lacrosse. I coach tomorrow, and I win the whole thing.
Yeah,
People say I
huh?
can't recruit. Go look at my wife and daughter. I can recruit.
You
I can
stole the
coach
guy's
everything.
line. You saw the guy from Providence.
And I did.
He stole the guy's line already. My God.
The guy from.
Too soon.
Well, let
It's
me
too
just
soon
show
to
you
use
guys
that line.
something.
It just came out.
I'm still in basketball mode. My St. Johnny's. Oh, we got to beat Duke. Can dreams come true?
Dreams
Can it
can't
happen
come
since
true.
1999 when Christian Leitner turned around and hit that shot from Duke and beat Patino? Can Patino relay the message 40 years later? Oh, man. I tell you, this basketball run is
So,
unbelievable, guys.
Stephen,
I know we'll get into lacrosse here, but
so before you came on and hijacked everything, we were talking about a few teams that, the top teams, what they're looking like. So I'm just looking, we were talking about Richmond, and, Stephen, look, they've been impressive. I mean, Virginia's still Virginia. You could say they're having a down year, but they did beat Virginia. Maryland game got canceled due to snow early, but they did beat Virginia. They beat Cornell, definitely a very strong team, a contender. They beat Georgetown, although
Right.
Georgetown didn't look great this weekend against Syracuse. They beat UMass pretty handily, 21-7. But after that, I mean, they have really one more tough game, which is Notre Dame. I think the rest, won't challenge. High Point is going to have big difficulty with them. St. Joe's is hot and cold, but I don't think they're going to be able to play with Richmond. St. Bonaventure.
Anna, where are you going?
So, they could literally run the table or have, one loss. They can end
No,
up
they
with
will
one
run the
loss if they
table.
lose to Notre Dame. Well, you think they'll beat Notre Dame then?
He's got to be coach of the year. I don't know one player on
Yeah,
Richmond. Not one. Where did they come out of?
You don't know one
Does
player.
anybody name three guys on Richmond? I can't do one.
Little John, Little John.
They're from.
Well,
Yeah, they're,
somebody said they got a guy 33 years old. I don't know, man. He might be coach
I
of
don't
the
know
year
about
to
that.
do
They
what he
got a
did.
kid, Aiden O'Neill, who's very good. The kid from Chaminade. Give him a little
O'Neill.
shout out. Gavin Creo, he's having a great season for them, and he's a young guy,
Yep.
on that team. He's a Chaminade boy, so he's having a good year. He's getting a lot of time. He's a starter. They listen. Maybe they're sneaking up on guys. I wouldn't take any. I wouldn't take them lightly after watching them in the quarterfinals against Cornell today. I mean, in the last year. Because today I was talking to Timmy Goldstein about that. And we said he thinks Richmond's for real, and he just doesn't know if they have enough bodies. Their depth might not be as good as some of these other contenders. And I think that's why it was a hot day, that quarterfinal game. I think they kind of ran out of gas a little bit at the end, but man, they had Cornell on the ropes, and Cornell went on. We know they went on to win the whole thing, but they're a serious contender. You got to consider Harvard a serious contender. I think at this point, although based on my picks, doesn't seem the spread's killing me. I can't pick games with a spread is hard. But in my opinion, I think that what you see is the top 10 right now, and I'm going on the top 10 that's
Well,
on.
stick to Richmond. Stick to Richmond. We'll get to some of the other ones. Stick to Richmond. You're going buckshot.
Vinny, you're a good point on that, Steven.
What more
He
can
should
I
stick
say
to
about
baking
them? What else
cakes.
you want to say
He
about
can't pick a game to save his life.
Well, are they a team that if they don't win their conference tournament, would they get in anyway?
Yes.
Yeah, they're getting in regardless. They're getting in. If they got upset somehow.
Well, if that something like that were to happen, that would be catastrophic for a third team in the Big Ten or a third team in the Ivy League. If that were to happen, you would see.
Yeah,
That would
I
be
mean,
a
I don't see
serious
anybody in
problem
there.
for a team.
Of course it would be, but I don't see anybody in their conference beating them. I think they're going to go. I think they're going to win that conference. I think they can get a very high seed this year. If they can, let's say, I mean, God, if they knock off Notre Dame and they win their whole conference and everything, they'll be the one seed for the whole tournament.
Yeah, I
Vinny,
mean,
there
they'd be
hasn't
the
been a
number one
team.
team in the country.
might
Yes,
be.
they would be. Right.
There hasn't been a team in 20 years to come out of the woodwork and just say, "Here they are." Where did they come from? Where did this spider come from?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Well, he built it. It took some years, but it's a great school. It's geographically friendly to a lot of places, and he built the culture. And he's a great coach. And look at where they are. Now.
Right now, my son is coming out. I'm sending him to Richmond. I'm sending him to an upcoming coach who's there already, doesn't have a big name, he has work ethic, he works hard. It's unbelievable. You got to give this guy credit. Maybe coach of the year. I don't know.
I mean, he's certainly in the running for it. There's no question about
I
it.
mean,
we
come on,
give,
you
we
guys are
give
the
them a lot of
experts.
credit. We give them a lot of credit. Like I said, I thought they were unbelievable last year. They just ran out of gas a little bit. Maybe they fix a few things. Look, there's no guarantees with this, but overall, you got to say their schedule. They had Maryland on the schedule, but they didn't get to play that game, and now Maryland. Who knows how if they would have beat Maryland, how much value that would have had at this point. I mean, look, there's a lot of lacrosse to get played still,
But you're putting Richmond. You're putting Richmond in. This is my question. You're putting Richmond in. Even if they lose to Notre Dame, they're not going to drop that much. If they go through the rest of their schedule and they win their tournament without losing a game, you have them in anyway. But now when you look at the next team, Harvard, up and coming. He's a longtime coach, but up and coming head coach, where he's put Harvard, but a much stronger division in the Ivy League.
Yeah,
He's got
so
heavyweight games coming up.
When they do the seeding, if both of those teams are undefeated, and Harvard in what's a tougher Ivy League goes undefeated, then I
Right.
think you definitely got to give them consideration for a 1, 2 seed like that. I mean, there are teams that lost a couple games. I mean, I don't profess to know exactly how these guys, when they do this. I mean, there's automatic qualifiers. We know that part. But
Right.
when you get these at-large bids with travel and all those kinds of things, I don't know. But I guess, we've always knew about strength of schedule, who you want, who you beat, who you lost to, all of that kind of stuff plays into it. It's never a perfect science. We're seeing it in Smalls' favorite time of the year, March Madness. You saw a number one seed, Florida, get bopped out. There's teams come up. This is a game. Anything can happen.
Siena almost beat Duke.
You
They had
know,
them on
Yeah,
the road.
Siena played them
Smalls.
very tough. Yeah,
Smalls. Harvard is undefeated right now, and to me, they have 3 games that obviously are top, to me, top notch games. Not that Brown and Yale aren't tough Ivy League opponents, but they're not right now at the level of the other 3 of their remaining schedule, which is Carolina, Princeton, and Cornell.
yeah,
I want to see the matchup between Harvard and North Carolina. Believe it or not,
yeah.
I
That's
want to
going to
see
be a
Harvard.
game.
Harvard needs to beat them minimum of 3 goals to convince me that they're here,
What
they're
time?
staying there
Yeah,
alone.
I'm going to give you something really crazy. What time is the St. John's basketball game with Duke?
Friday night that's a good question. At 7?
It's
Friday night
Friday
at 7
night.
o'clock.
Well,
Yeah, because it's the
if you're going to
afternoon.
be down there, you could make your way back because Carolina is playing Harvard at Severn, Maryland.
Yeah, I could call Jerry up. 1, 2, 3, give me a sideline pass. I get to the game right there. I'm walking on the
Yeah.
sideline with my St. John's.
If he does
No, this
that,
is
he's a sure winner. You're a
Yeah.
good luck
God.
charm. I told you, you got to go get your tattoo, your shamrock on your arm. Any team you support wins.
I think Jerry has some luck this year. I think Jerry, he's looking. He's playing pretty steady. I just want to see him this is the first half of the season. I consider it as we're going into the second half. I want to see this. I want to see them start winning in the second half. I think some of these teams that we're not believing in are going to creep up, and I think Cornell's one of them. As strange as it may sound,
Yeah,
I,
it's
I
not
do think
strange.
that.
Cornell is strong. But I'm looking at Harvard's schedule. They got the win over Syracuse in their pocket, right? They got
Yeah,
a
Right.
win over a Big Ten team, Michigan, who's not great, but they got a win over them. They just beat tonight BU, who might end up winning that conference. They might win the
did they
Patriot
play
League.
Penn State yet?
I don't think
Or
they
they
play.
don't play?
They don't play Penn State.
Or they don't play?
And and then they got highly rated teams for their last 2 games, Princeton and Cornell. So yeah, could you make an argument that if they run the table and win the Ivy League, should they be number one ranked? In my opinion, probably. I'd say yes to that. Even though Richmond looks very strong, and they might get a win over Notre Dame.
Well, they
We'll
won't be
see.
number one if Syracuse runs the table. Syracuse will be number one. They only got 2 losses. The PPI, whatever
Well,
that's called,
if they
Yeah,
whatever.
but
run
if,
the
but if
only way they
Harvard
can
runs
run
the
the
table, they
table is
got no
somebody.
losses and they beat
Right.
Syracuse.
Right.
Wait, how many losses does Harvard have?
None.
0.
They didn't lose.
They didn't
No.
lose. 8-0.
My lord, yeah, they're number one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they could go up.
Yeah,
Listen. Well, it's not going to be fun being the selection committee on that day if some crazy things happen. If somebody in there is there, if there's a bid stealer or two in these conferences,
the only bid
you know,
steal it really could be though is really Richmond, I think,
yeah.
because
Look at
none of the other
Army
divisions.
lost their last couple of games, right?
I mean,
I mean,
look, that don't you think the Patriot League looks like a one-team league?
the league that's
The Big
really
East
kind of
is a
crazy
one-team league.
is the Big Ten. The Big Ten's kind of crazy.
Well, they'll get a couple of teams. They're going to get 2 at least.
Penn State will make it in the Big Ten. I guarantee that.
Penn State looks strong. They got great wins, but they got a couple losses. Can I mean, look at Michigan. Wow. I'm just looking at them. They won their first 3 games. Now they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. They got Maryland, Rutgers, Penn State, and Ohio State. You know, doesn't look like they'd have to pull a miracle. So let's say they're dead in the water.
No, but
You
well, to
know,
them,
I think
they haven't had success. But what happens is when you don't have success, but when you have all good games, you could say, look, we got to rally the troops. If you can go on a run, you have to win games. At least there's games that are there that if they could win them, I'm not saying they're going to win them. I don't know that they could win them, but those are
yeah.
their
No, it's had a hard
schedule
schedule.
gives them an ability
Yeah,
to get back in. You know,
yeah,
if
but
they
you
can
know
win.
how you gonna pass? How you gonna pass if you're on the bubble and there's other bubble teams and Army's a bubble team? You lost to them. If Denver's a bubble team, if they don't win the Big East, they lost to them. If Hopkins is that's in their conference, they already lost to them. So without winning it, I think they're dead in the
No,
water. I think
I don't
unless
think Michigan can get in unless they're playing to try to
they got to win
win
the
the Big Ten.
conference, and
That's it.
and honestly, I think Maryland's in the same boat.
Maryland might be too. Yeah, they might be.
This will be the first year. Be the first year that coach, that head coach, has never made the playoffs. I can't bet against that. He's like a ventriloquist. He's got something up his sleeve. He can't. I
Ventriloquist.
say
A
Not a
ventriloquist has
magician.
got something.
He's not a
He's not a
magician. He's a
magician.
ventriloquist.
I meant. You
Yeah.
know what I meant.
That's great. That's classic.
Not a ventriloquist.
Hey, Smalls, you know the
You
funny
guys are
thing?
really
We
tripping me
do
up.
know what you mean. We do know what you mean, and I
Right.
think that the viewers are starting to learn what you mean. They're starting to
I
understand
Exactly.
you.
just woke up. I'm dead tired. I'm worried about St. John's. I don't know how they're going to pull this thing off with Duke in March Madness. I don't know how I'm getting up there. I got no tickets, no hotel room. 32,000 guys are asking me for tickets. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life for tickets. I got asked about
That's nothing
100
for
tickets.
you. That's not
Nobody's got tickets.
you
Everybody's
got
asking
in more
me.
things than
And they
this.
want me to,
This is easy.
no, and they want me to pay for them. I know I'm a multimillionaire,
Okay.
but I ain't that.
Uh,
I'll be broke tomorrow. 100 tickets times, you know what they cost? The minimum ticket's like 1,700. That's a cheap ticket. Guys are asking me, Smalls, can I sit courtside with you? Yeah, it's 20 grand for courtside. That's how much the tickets are going for. I mean, it's
Well,
insane.
you only live once. You only live once.
You got
St.
that right.
John's hasn't been there.
exactly.
This is
Oh, I'm
this
going.
is their shot. You might have to go for it. You know what you got to
If
do?
Patino
You got to
wins,
go look in. You got to look in your house and all the nook and crannies for all the money that the goat stole from you.
although my wife sold millions, it's not even close. Vinny, don't worry. They got every dime. I'm already done in the box. Wait, listen, I can go any
Smalley,
minute.
Smalley wants to talk about the next one. I know you're dying to talk about Syracuse. They
Q,
just had the big win up in the dome against
fuck the
Georgetown.
Qs.
They
Everybody counts out my man Gary.
they were on fire.
Gary Gay.
They were on fire. But is it fair to say this? If you're going to criticize, they can't leave their blankie. They got to be home. It seems like, that home record they have. Are they going to be able to do it when they have to go on the road?
They'll run the table. They'll run the table, I think, right now.
You think they're going to run the table?
Yeah, I think they're going to win like 8 out of 9 games. That's my opinion.
Well, let's see what they got left.
You know why? You know why?
Well, they
Gary
only
thinks
got
about these
they
things.
got
People
five
don't think
games
you
left.
don't do it.
They got 5 games left in the regular season. 5 games left in
And
the
three
regular
of them are
season.
home.
They got the ACC tournament. That would be 7 games.
I just said they'll run the
Yeah.
table.
I mean, it's going to be
Right.
interesting.
But the
We
two
we
games
we
they
got
got
to look at Duke this weekend playing a little better team that they've been playing. We saw Duke play Denver. It wasn't overly impressive, but Denver's a tough team. They're stingy defensively, and Duke they struggled to score.
Yeah, they're good. They're very
they really
good.
did. I mean, they were putting up big numbers, but they scored 8 goals. They got shut out in the first quarter, but they turned it around. So we're going to really find out if they're for real soon because they got Syracuse, right?
And that
Who do
game
they
is
got
in,
coming up?
yeah,
I
that's
think
in the
the next
dome.
game is soon.
It's in the dome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's this weekend.
where they normally don't do too
So
well.
so you got
Yeah, then they haven't been that
right.
effective in the dome. So this is a big test for. This is more of a test for Duke than Syracuse, I think.
I agree. I think it's bigger for Duke than it is for Syracuse. Syracuse plays well at home. They've proven they can play really, really well in the dome. Their
Oh,
record
if you're asking
away
me to
from the
be a,
dome is
if
different.
you're asked the gambler, what's the guy's name that wrote that song, The Gambler, the country western?
Kenny
I, I,
Rogers.
I, Kenny Rogers, baby. If I'm gambling right now on that game, I'm not going to say it's a blowout, but might be. I'm saying 17-8 or 9.
Wow.
I say they win it against Duke. That's my opinion.
That would be a crushing. That would be a crushing win.
17-10 because I really, if you look at the games that they played and you look at the point system, how are they ahead of Gary Gates' team, Syracuse? How could Duke be ahead of
But
them?
I think if Syracuse can beat Duke, I think it's likely in the dome they're going to. I believe they'll beat Virginia and Colgate. Then the question is when they have to go to Carolina and have to go to Notre Dame, how will they do in those games being away from the dome? Smalls, what say you?
Well, we'll see.
Away, I don't like away from the dome as much.
Well, they got to play away from the dome.
Which game though? It's only one game. They played.
Carolina.
Well, that's oh last.
No, the
Well,
Carolinas in two weeks, and Notre Dame
let
is
me
the
just
last game.
correct you. Let me just correct you. Syracuse is ahead of Duke in the polls. They're one above them.
If
Syracuse
they
is
won now,
5, Duke is 6.
there was a time last. All right, so it was
Yeah, well, this
yeah.
weekend,
No,
yeah, they moved.
I
Yeah.
think yeah. I mean, you got you got the best player. You got the best player in the game right now, arguably Spallina. I mean, you can make that argument him or the next guy. I know Steven, you're a big fan of Spallina. Or you think he's got a lot of competition
Oh,
for the
I
Tewaaraton?
definitely think he's definitely one of the guys that's in that running for sure. He's on a top team, and what I was saying to Smalls the other day, Vin, was I said because he was talking about some guys that were, I said if you were not on a team that's at the Final Four, I think there's only been 3 or 4 guys that have ever been win the Tewaaraton that did not make it to championship weekend. Otherwise, it's somebody
Right.
coming out of
Yeah, it's
the
probably
Final Four. You know,
Well, right now he's leading. He's
right.
leading probably that thing. Whatever on the watch list, he's right up there, the top 3 guys. There are other guys moving up. There's the kid. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. How do you like that team, Georgetown? You don't think they can squeak in there? They got to win the division, right? Is that kind of Georgetown? When you guys are under that?
well,
It's a-
when you go
Syracuse
down, when you
hammered them
start,
pretty good.
all
George.
right, so you're counting Georgetown out at this point.
No, I think Georgetown's a very good team. It's just that you're playing a lot of good teams. That when they get to they're I think they're going to have to probably win their conference to get in. But look at their losses. They lost to Notre Dame and
Yeah.
Richmond. That's 1 and 2. Syracuse 5. They lost to 1, 2, 5, and Ohio State. They lost to all top 10 teams. They lost to 4 teams in the top 10. You know, so
That
He had a
hurt.
tough. He,
their
he,
conference
he had a tough
schedule.
schedule.
He did. So here he's going to have going down the stretch. He's got his Big East schedule: Denver, Providence, Marquette, St. John's, and Villanova.
So let me ask you a question. How do you knock a guy like him out when you got these teams that are in the top 10? You just gave your answer. And what's the word? PPI? What do
Because
they
what
call
you
that?
got to look at
His
it.
point.
It's more like this sometimes, Smalls, because you look at who has he beaten. He beat Penn. Okay, that's a solid Ivy League, but you could argue not in the top 3 of
Right,
the
right,
Ivy League.
right.
Albany, a lower team, and Loyola, a lower team in the Patriot. So they haven't really beaten anybody. They played good teams and lost. Some of them close, only lost by a goal to Ohio State. But you got to win. You know, matters winning.
Only lost
You
by a
know,
goal to
so
Syracuse.
so
A game they probably should have won. Game they probably should have won against Syracuse.
against no, they that was Syracuse was this weekend. We're
And
talking
I'm
about
talking
Georgetown.
about, yeah, no, yeah,
No,
no, yeah,
you
Georgetown.
switched
Okay,
gears. Georgetown doesn't really have or any of the remaining games, even in their division, qualified them as like a top win. Denver's a good team. Nova's up and down. Providence, Marquette, and St. John's are at the bottom of the Big East. So where is their big win?
Right, all right. In all due respect, you're right about that question. But even the 3 losses that they had in a row, whatever, well, against all top teams.
Top teams. Top
So
teams.
so if they go, you got to look at it. That's how they got. I don't know the point system. How they are they doing it? Like, how are they picking? How are the judges or the people picking? You
I
know.
think I think when they're doing it, besides the RPI, they have that schedule and it says top 5 wins, top 10 wins. What's not on that
right.
schedule? It doesn't say top 10 losses. You got to win. So Georgetown's going to be in a situation. I think that they got to win the division. I think the Big East is only going to be one team, so it's going to be whoever wins. That's
Well, that's a little unfair, but I mean, what are you going to pick? 4 teams? What are you going to pick? 4 teams from the Ivy League or something? I mean,
You're not going to get 4, but you might get 3. You're going to get of ACC, Big 10 and 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 Ivy, 2 at best 2 get 3 teams and 1
wow.
gets 2. So then when you look at those strong conferences, which I think we would agree are the strongest in lacrosse, that's basically 8 spots between those 3 divisions. Who do you knock out?
That's true.
You're knocking
I
out
just
even
see,
in ACC. Think about who you're knocking out.
I see the Ivies. Yeah, I see the Ivies getting 3. I see the Ivies getting
Yeah,
3 teams
they
in.
will.
You know, unless
Hey, do you guys see anything
I see
little
Cornell,
funny?
Princeton.
And how many of it? And how many ACC do you see going in?
3.
I think you're going to get 3
Okay,
ACC at least. Yep.
okay. So then that only leaves 2 for the Big Ten.
Why are they always favored though? You guys sort of favor them. You guys do it too.
Big
Not to
Ten might
pick on
get
you, but
1.
so you tell me Penn State is the only team from the. I mean that's so right away you're throwing Tillman out. You're saying he's not going to come back. He's a second half. This guy,
Well,
Well, he can win
I
the
think,
tournament. He can go in and win the tournament.
So you're saying Tillman has to win the tournament to get
yeah,
in? That
they're going to
basically.
have to get hot. Yes, I do. I do.
All their second
I
half. I
think they're
mean,
going to have
listen,
to
I
win it
can't.
at this
Yes,
point to get it.
I think they would at least get to the finals. If you don't get to the finals of the Big Ten tournament, you're done.
will this be the first year if Tillman don't make the? If he doesn't make the playoffs, it'll be the first year he's never made the playoffs in his coaching career. Isn't that crazy?
I don't know if that's true, but it could be true. It's hard to imagine when he's been
Oh,
out.
look, he's coaching 12 years now. 11 years for how many years for the Maryland team? Many, at least 11 years. Got to
I don't
be.
know off the
No,
top of my head. He's been there for a while. Yeah, no.
he coached
He probably,
Thomas.
I don't know that
Thomas
he's ever
O'Connell's
missed the
going to be
playoffs
30.
while at Maryland.
Thomas is he coached Thomas the first year. Thomas has been out of high school at least 11 years, 10, 11. Thomas is almost going to be 30. Thomas graduated at 17.
Hmm.
He was 17 years old when he was on Maryland. So figure it out. I don't think it's 13 years. You think he's coaching 13 years?
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
we can look it up, but
I
You
think
might
it's
be
about
right.
that. Yeah,
I don't know that they. I don't
yeah.
know.
He said it. He told us. He told us it's
It
about
might be
that.
13
Yeah,
years.
it is.
Let's see our boy Coach Tillman. We love our dear coach. Let me see, Coach Tillman. So
Look at him. He's a hunting pecker. Then you see him. He's doing his
Doing
research.
I
research. He's
can't
doing
see
research.
anything.
Look at him. Look at him. Look. I can.
I can't say. What do I write? Tillman length
I
of
think
coaching.
coaching, yeah, I think it's like 13 years, 13 or 14 years.
All these guys do is make fun of people. That's why
What
you
does
guys
it
don't
matter?
grow. You never be
Where
good
we are
coaches.
right now.
I love you guys. You're great players.
So here's the next one, Vin.
Tillman.
They wanted to dig a grave for the champs. The champ is here. They were putting them in the grave. They were saying they're not as good as last year, and here comes Cornell taking out Princeton
Yeah, that was a great win for them.
and looked good
I
doing
mean,
it.
they only have two losses to Richmond and Penn State. They could run the tape. They are playing Duke on the island. We got to go to that game,
Yeah,
right?
that'll
They're
be a great.
playing on the island for that one. And then they got High Point, they got Dartmouth, and then they got a battle with Harvard. That'll be last game against Harvard will be for seeding for the Ivy tournament.
Here's the thing that surprised me about that Princeton game with Cornell. The Princeton
I got
goalie.
breaking news, guys. I got breaking news. I just did research. As of 2026 season, John A. Tillman is in the 16th season. Wow. As men's head coach of the University of Maryland since 2011. And
Yeah, you're old, Smalls. You're old.
16 years. It
oh my
went by like a
God.
blink of an eye.
Right? What?
So
I'm
what I
not
was
that
saying
old.
about Princeton's goalie, I think he's a great goalie, but he got outplayed by the Cornell goalie.
Yeah, if that Cornell goalie's tough. If they get that kind of goaltending from him the rest of the year, they're gonna be
Exactly.
tough to beat. They got a good
I
offense.
didn't think Cornell's defense impressed me. I thought they did a
Oh,
great job
they're
in
tough.
that game.
They're tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but then how do you make up the Penn State blowout? I mean, you guys are looking at one game.
That's a
Then you
one
go to
game. It can happen. It can happen. You go away. Penn State's a hard place to play. It can happen.
21-5. That's the biggest blowout in the season so far. They got the top blowout.
It was
21 to
19-7. It was 19-7.
Yeah, there's been other games like that. That game got away from them. That's one you just put in your rearview mirror. You say, forget it. Maybe we'll play them another time, in the playoffs. But, they really bounced back and looked very, very strong against Princeton, who's, arguably, again, another, top 10 team for sure. One of the
Well,
strongest.
That's what's making this year so interesting. Everybody is stumbling here and there, but so far Harvard's avoided a loss. You got a few teams that have avoided losses, but they're getting into the meat of their schedule. I don't
Are
know
you
that
guys
any.
saying that one? Are you saying it's not good? I've heard you guys talk before, and you guys are under the impression that it's good to lose 2 games a year. That's what I'm under the impression. So you're saying it's good to lose 2 games because I don't. I hear people talk about that theory. Explain your theory to me, Stephen.
I don't think it's ever good to lose games. I mean, some guys might argue when there's a lot of pressure on you, if you do lose, then it sort of resets you and focuses you for the rest of the way compared to having that loss maybe in a playoff in an elimination setting if you have that egg. When you lose early in the season, it gives you that you can be beat, you work on things that maybe you didn't do so well, but I don't look at it as you got to learn from losses. The season has, there's ups and downs. There's adversity. Guys get hurt. You got to learn how to play different ways. You know who I love watching play? I got to say it. I love watching Smalley's nephew, Ryan Goldstein. I love
Oh, you
watching
like?
him play. I really do because he's tenacious, and he's so small, so he's tough, and I saw him get knocked around because that defenseman that was on Princeton's like a big studly guy, and a couple times he got him like really good, throw him on the ground, but he comes right back, and next thing you know, because he knows where to be, he's making plays, he's making assists, he's getting his shots. He doesn't stop playing. He's
He's the
always
smallest guy in the
always
last 20
playing.
years to play. Not the smallest, the lightest. He's 150 pounds.
But he's the
Think
most
about that.
effective. He's the most effective because he's always thinking about the
Yeah.
game. Everything that's happening around him, he knows what's going on, and he's never tuned out of the game. And if you relax on him for 1 second, he's gonna hurt you.
His father was Timmy Goldstein, by the way, if the fans don't know. His dad played at Cornell back in the 70s, and he went to he played on two world teams, Vinny the father, Timmy Goldstein.
One world team.
Timmy Goldstein didn't play on
And I
two?
think that his son is tougher than him. I don't think Timmy's as tough as Ryan. Ryan takes hits. I mean, he's taking hits. I was
I
impressed
don't know
with.
about toughness. They ran after that Timmy Goldstein around the park. He had guys running after him back in the day with wooden sticks killing the
Well,
kids.
he was quick too. I mean, it's no surprise where he's got quickness. And how about his mother?
They're both great athletes. Yeah. The
Exactly.
mother, do you guys know the mother's name, both of you?
Mrs. Goldie.
Oh, they stumped him. First time Vinny ever got stumped. They don't know Goldstein's mother's name. Look at Steven. They got stumped. Tara. I knew the name.
Look at him.
Tara Goldstein. It better not be. It's Tara or Tina.
Tina.
There you go.
It's waiting to see. I wanted to see you.
Tina. Tina Goldstein.
And
You
she's
guys
an
didn't even know.
athlete. So
He was a three-time All-American,
I
three-time
know.
world
I'm
player.
saying you got some
Yeah, so they got some interesting blood. Timmy. Yeah.
He's my
And then they got a
he's
little
my
kid.
favorite right now.
I'll tell you who's better than him coming in. Who's gonna no, you're not gonna believe it. Two guys are coming in next year. Got, you got the son. His name is they call him the Mouse. He's 143 pounds. The Mouse.
Tommy
He'll be
boy,
the lightest guy to ever come in and play Division One.
Tommy boy.
Yeah, nicknamed him the Mouse. Now he's coming next year to go right in. So that means he didn't do what most kids do. Take their kid and leave him back 3 to 4 years. Go to a preschool, go to a little school, however they
3 to
do
4
that.
years.
Go to
Preschool.
preschool.
They start holding them back
You know what I
from
mean?
I love
Preppy
that.
preschool.
school.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Preppy. No, they hold back now, guys. They hold back 2 years. He's going right into college to be 17 years old in college. That's a big difference than a guy 24, like me, right, Vinny? I mean, it is. He's 143 pounds. Mousy will be the lightest player to ever play Division One. I mean, the guy is he's a mouse. You set up he's, he's smaller than his brother. That's interesting, man.
We
You're
got.
right. They give it.
I think we got to get some picks for this weekend. We might as well go right to some picks. And I want to say that last week with my 1-8,
Well, let
I
me
actually
tell
think
you,
it's
wait, before
Vinny,
we
can
do
you
the
move
picks, you
over?
cut me off before.
Okay,
Where am I
good.
moving to?
So people can see you. The fans can see you.
I'm
My big
square
head's in
on
front of you.
my screen. I'm dead in the center on my screen. I don't know.
What shirt are you
This
wearing,
one?
Vinny? Nobody can see your shirt.
I got
Yes,
Under
yes,
Armour.
sir.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
So what I was saying before, I mean, you look at the top 10 right now. I think this is as deep as I can remember that you could say 1 through 10 could win. I really believe that
Yeah.
1 through 10 could win.
Yeah. You could. You could definitely say they're definitely yes. They could make runs 1 through 10 could win. That's true. How about
If you
outside
had to
the
lay it
10?
on the
Is
line,
there
Vinny, you had
anybody?
to lay
Is there anybody outside the 10 that you think could win?
I don't think so.
maybe like a
I think,
Rutgers if
I
they get
think the
hot or
win is coming
something.
from where the top 10 is right now. The win is coming from one of those 10.
Okay, but let me go
I'd be
outside.
shocked if
The only
anybody-
guys outside are Hopkins and Maryland. That I would say.
They're not making it. No, they're not. They're gonna be lucky if they make the playoffs, let
That's
alone win
that's
it.
Vinny,
And I'm not saying they could pull an upset here or there, but I just don't see it this year.
hey,
I
Vinny,
think
I
these
want to
top
put something on Vinny. Steven, I want to put something on the Vinny for the expert that he is. Since he's last in all the picks so far,
He is
I'm in
last,
first, you're in
tied with me.
second, Steven,
No, I'm
and
in
he's
last.
last.
Tied
I'm
for
in
Let
last.
last.
me ask Vinny. What?
I'm tied with Vinny
Tied,
for last.
tied for last, and we're really and we're a
Yeah.
distant one game from you.
Oh, there we go. But you didn't honor me. I'm still in first place out of us guys. Now, let me ask you some question. I want to ask Vinny something because everybody claims he's an expert. He's the greatest. He's a four-time world player. Okay, if you had in hindsight, just something quick and something fun for the fans. Vinny, you saw half the season almost over. Got one more game and it's half over. They play 17 games. If you had to go into your crystal ball, your Vinny's ball, and I say, Vinny, give me four teams quick. I'm not holding you to stone now. Give me four teams that are going to go to the Final Four. If you had to do a quick, who are you putting in there now, Vinny? Four teams. Give it to me now, Vincenzo. Just a
I'm
little
gonna give
fun for
you.
the fans down the road so we can, just a quickie.
I'm gonna give you Richmond. I'm gonna give you Notre Dame. I'm gonna give you Syracuse, and I'm gonna give you Penn State.
Oh,
There's my.
shit.
Wow, that's
Wow. That's a crazy, that's a, that's, he's picking like, wow. He threw Cornell right under the bus.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go
listen, that
Cuse,
there, yeah.
Cornell. I'm even gonna throw Princeton in there. And my final thing is it's a toss up because I believe Tillman can make a big comeback
Wow.
if he wins the thing. If Tillman wins, listen to me. If John Tillman wins the league, you know what I mean by that, guys.
Yeah.
John Tillman makes the playoffs. I think Tillman finds a way to get in there, but he's got to win the league. But I'm going to go with the fourth pick. I'm going to go with third pick, Richmond, and then I'm going to go with. I got to put him in there. I got to put Maryland in there. I think somehow John is
Wow.
going to.
That's something.
I think John will coach them to the victory and put them in, and they'll beat Penn State in the finals.
That's pretty
Okay.
good. You want my
What do
four?
you got? Yeah.
I
Got it.
would
Yeah.
say, I would say, I would say Notre Dame. I would say North Carolina. I would
Oh,
say
there you go.
Syracuse.
Carolina.
Syracuse. And the fourth one is tough for me. The fourth one, I would say either Cornell being back or Penn State. That's my four
Mm-hmm.
that I think could do it. I think
Yeah.
I think teams like Richmond and Harvard, I think they're capable of going very, very far. Over the top, I just feel like those four, and I'm not as confident as the other two. I'm thinking Notre Dame and Carolina in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame to
Well,
me
mark
is,
them down. Did you mark them down?
yeah, we got him. We're marked. We're marked.
Okay.
Looks smaller. He looks like he's falling asleep.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
dead.
wide
He's
awake
dead.
now.
Are you?
He's
I'm
dead.
like I'm like a buzzard. I wake
Oh,
up. I'm thinking how Patino can pull that win out. He could pull a horseshoe. Patino, pull it out of your hat.
so
All right. Let's talk
what
about.
do you what do you think's harder because of these picks? I was 1-8. 1-8. I think it's harder
Wait,
to I
hold
think
on. I
it's
gotta
harder to go
hold
one and
on.
eight than it is to go 8-1.
Hold on a
I'm
second.
gonna.
I got to change in my game. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm gonna put Harvard in there instead of Princeton. I switched that thing there. I think Harvard over there. But I
I
want
was
to see.
surprised at your Princeton pick because you don't seem like a Princeton guy
You
to
know,
be picked.
can I tell you something that's weird in the whole thing for me?
Why?
The way these schedules are and who gets in and the whole thing. You could have teams playing each other 4 times this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Isn't that kind of weird? You're playing the same team 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
mean that's what the conference tournament has added. All right, let's do some picks. This is the
I'm
picks.
not honestly. I'm not really a big fan of the conference tournaments. I'd rather see them play in out of conference tougher games during the year, and whoever wins, in the round robin, and whether it's goal differential or whatever, if there's a tie, the whole thing of playing a whole nother thing again
Well,
and
you
then
take
playing them
away,
maybe
you
in
got to, then how do you determine the AQ? Do you determine on regular season champion of the conference?
yeah, that I mean that's why they play it because they want to give these other
AQ.
conferences a shot, so they do that AQ.
Right.
I don't know. I just think that I could see that they wanted to grow the game and put more teams in and all, but I don't know. To me, to be playing the same team 4 times in a season.
It diminishes when you have the conference, it diminishes the regular season. It doesn't make the games as important, you know. You kind of like more like a college football system where, you lose early in the year, a couple games, you're done. You're toast. You're out of the, playoff really as much, you know. So
Well, if you
that's
play a strong schedule, you could make up some ground again, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, it's pretty tough playing a team 4 times, you know, unless it was geared like where, you know, you're going to play a best of 3 for a championship or
right,
something, you know. But that's
right.
All
that's
right, you
the
made your
sport.
point, guys. Come on. All right,
He's
yeah.
been
So I
aggravated now. He's in the lead of us. And by the way, we're
Wait
still
a minute.
behind
He
the
didn't
fans
wait. Let's
by like
stop
5.
because he's not getting enough attention. But he's not getting enough attention.
Yeah.
He can't be the center. You know, he's got to talk about his St. John's. He's got to get into his whole thing. Go ahead, do your shtick. Go ahead. You're going down 2,400 a ticket. You're a multimillionaire. Everybody's bothering you. Go ahead, go through it.
They
but you
know
know
the
that
act. They know
if I
the
gotta
act.
wait if I gotta wait for credit from you two clowns, I mean I'm leading in the polls now. All the polls I'm
That
leading.
just shows you know what that shows you? That gambling is no good. Kids, don't
Yeah.
gamble.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
gamble.
hold on. Vinny makes a good point. We got to tell the fans, don't gamble on what we say,
Yeah.
because what we say, we're not having the greatest seasons right now. Like I would say.
Well, the fans are winning. Like the fans, they more than not always pick the favorite. I rarely ever
Right,
see them pick
Steven,
the underdog.
most of the people out there that listen to us don't understand when we pick the games. When we pick the games, every game is based, and I'm just telling, not everybody knows, it's based on a point spread. Most of the point spreads are like 1.5 points. Am I right, guys? Most of it?
Well, some of the games that are lopsided,
Yeah,
but we don't pick
there were
those. I
some
try
good
to keep
games.
the smaller ones. I try to pick
Right,
good
right.
games in smaller.
But we're picking on the point spread, guys. A
We
lot of
are.
guys think
That's true.
like
So
that.
the
But
first one,
we right, and we've had games where teams were 6.5 goal favorites. I usually pick an underdog in those scenarios, and because I'm always got the mentality like all right, come on, we could beat these guys. You have a mentality that you could beat anybody, and so
yeah.
I
And then
always
in the
when I
first
see a team,
quarter,
yeah, I know. Then it's like you say to yourself, okay, this team stinks, and they get blown out. I mean, there's been more
Hey, Steven,
blowouts
am I
this year.
crazy or is Vinny blocked?
Vinny's
Vinny, the best looking guy in America. Move over. We can't see your hair tonight. He's
he's
got a
fine.
shaman cap on, and you hide behind me. I'm a blockhead.
I
Move
don't know
over.
where I am. I'm
You're good.
looking at my screen and I'm dead center.
Wait, maybe I'm wrong then. Am I blocking anybody?
No, you're fine.
I thought I'm not blocking Vinny.
No, you're good.
Then I'm looking at the wrong screen then. But go ahead.
Exactly. So Notre
But
Dame is going
you're
to
on your phone,
Virginia.
aren't you?
Yeah. How are you seeing me? How are you guys seeing me?
We're on computer. We see you
Yeah,
fine.
we
No, I
We're
see
not
you
know,
worried
but
straight
about
on.
that. Nobody's interested in how you're seeing them. We're picking the pick, for God's sakes.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh my God. He wants to produce. He wants to be the producer in the middle of talking about something.
I'm a tiny
He's
little
his
thing.
ADD.
I'm
His
looking at a
Because you're on
ADD.
your
He
screen.
just
phone.
woke up, so Stephen, you got to know when he just wakes up. That's when his ADD is at its highest levels. When he wakes up, he shoots off the chart. He's all over the lot when he wakes up. We had
I
to
didn't
wake.
have my
We woke him
Haagen-Dazs
up
ice
out of a
cream,
dead
Vinny.
slumber.
People,
Oh, I
Yeah,
was dead.
yeah.
Now I know
people,
what it's like to
You get,
die.
people love his professionalism. He
yeah.
should be on ESPN next.
Man. Hey, listen, we can get on ESPN easily. One
God,
phone call, we'd be on.
God.
They
So
take us. Go
make your
ahead.
pick, Smalley. Virginia's home. They're playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 2.5 goal favorite.
I'll tell you right now, this could be a very surprising pick. I'm going Virginia. I think Virginia is playing better now than they've played all year. That's what I'm thinking. And I want to give a shout out to Balsamo, who had 2 goals, who's been lighting it up
Nice.
lately. My
Yeah,
dear
that's
friend
good.
Balsamo, right? You know, he's
They
a
are
Mr.
And
playing
Joey
Circle.
better.
Perenzi's back. Joey
He's not.
Perenzi's been
He's
back
not
in the
wrong.
lineup.
He's not
Yeah,
wrong, Vin. They are playing better.
I
no
swear to
doubt.
God, I don't know what it is. It's like Lady Luck. How do you say luck? Lady Luck. I think they're getting a little going. I think they got a little mojo going.
I don't.
Oh, here I did. I fucked up. I fucked everything up. I touched one fucking button. I'm gone.
It's
Where's my
crazy.
daughter? This is a fucking shit show. This is a fucking shit show. Oh, here I am. I'm
You're
sorry.
back. You're back.
I'm
You're
sorry.
back. You're back. You did it.
Oh
Vinny,
my God.
I touched my phone for half a second and the lights went out. Everything went
Don't
out. I got to
don't
leave it
touch
alone.
anything.
Turn out the lights.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm
God,
out of here.
that is
I better.
hysterical.
Is this better?
No, no, I'm only
You're
joking.
good.
I'm only
No,
teasing.
You're good. That's better.
Oh my God,
Yes, that's good.
better, right, Vin?
you're funny.
Yeah, it's
Are you
You
best
are.
like
serious?
that. Yeah.
You're good.
All
You're
right.
Yes.
good.
All right.
You're good no matter what you do. You mental case. Oh my God.
So,
Vin, who
Steven,
do you
that was
all
pick?
right,
wrong.
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre
Okay.
Dame in that game.
Okay.
Vinny, that's a terrible pick.
That's. I'm gonna go with Smalley. I'm gonna take Virginia. I think he's right. I think they're playing better. I think it could be maybe opening Ivy game. Keep it, tight.
Hey, there's an up and coming kid named Colsey who's on the watch. That kid, they're playing good together now. They're
Oh,
finally
they
gelling,
really are. They're scoring. There's no doubt. So the
and
next one,
Millen.
Well, listen, you cannot mention the two Millens are lighting it
yeah,
up. I mean,
exactly.
and no, there's guys. The other kid, Truitt Sunderland.
Yeah,
He's been scoring. No, listen, they could. I think their problem is their defense.
right.
They give up a lot of goals, but Notre Dame, they're stingy on defense. They got that guy who could be most likely the defender of the year on defense. Two of the best defenders. See, I always tell you, and when I say it, Smalls, you say to me, "Oh, well, you got to talk about injuries." The two of the best, probably first team All American defensemen were out for the year, got hurt. Both tore their ACL. I heard the kid
I
from
thought the guy
Maryland.
on Ohio State was the best defenseman.
Well, he's one of them. He's out for the year.
Okay.
And the other kid's out for the year from Maryland, Shala.
I mean, why are they
He,
getting hurt?
well, you get
Why is
hurt.
so many?
It's
No,
sports.
but why is so many kids getting hurt? You never heard about this in the 70s. We used to go out with big, heavy gloves and sticks in the rain and beating each other. I mean, we got injured, not like today, Vince. We're playing too much. They're
They're
playing in the
moving
summer in
faster.
the
They're,
other leagues.
they're moving faster.
Yeah, they move like, yeah, it's true. They're better
You know,
athletes today. I mean, you got to, yeah.
listen, it's a shame it happens. It's part of sports. Injuries are part of sports. But to have two of the best defensemen in the country out, that's why I say, depending on the team, who's their key guy, one or two guys. Talking to Timmy Goldstein today, he told me Cornell's got three real good players haven't been in the lineup. So if they can heal up and when they make their run, they're going to be that much tougher.
They don't have the best, they don't have, Lacrosse doesn't have good equipment. They have terrible equipment. They don't utilize equipment to their advantage. Like if you watch football and you look at the offensive linemen, they all wear certain knee brace.
Yeah,
And
you're not going
somebody
to be
can,
not going to see guys like football linemen wearing knee braces in lacrosse. They're just not
what are you
going to do it.
talking about?
They're
The
not going to do
technology
it.
is, they're very, very light,
They're
Vinny.
not
They're
doing
not
it.
like it used. It's not what it used to be. A heavy brace. They wear these light braces that protect their knees.
They're going to be running around like Forrest Gump out there with their braces on. This guy wants Forrest Gump's playing. He's
My
always
God.
protect the head, protect the knees now. You want guys to
Right.
play in a suit of armor. Toughen up,
He's
Smalley.
safety conscious. That's how he would want to
He
play. That's how
is.
Smalley would
He
want to play.
is.
Well, all right.
That's why when I
Listen,
always
it
would
is.
try to get him to play, he used to say, I could get hurt. What are you, crazy? He was too
No,
busy
but my
making money.
point to
He
you
didn't
guys
care
is
about
you make a
playing.
good point. No, you guys make a good point, but I see a lot of guys, they don't use the right shoulder pads. They don't use they cheapen up on their elbow pads, and these guys get later in life, they've got bone chips in their elbows. You got to use the equipment, use the right equipment that they have. I just
Well,
don't think we
that's
have
that's
technology.
that's a
It's going to
personal.
be so much better in the future. That's all. That's
Smalls,
it.
they
All right.
changed the rules so people wear shoulder pads. Shoulder pads weren't a rule when I played. Most guys didn't wear shoulder pads. Definitely didn't wear rib pads. You wore arm pads, a helmet, and gloves. That was for the most part how guys played on offense. Now they are padded up, and the
You're right.
technology.
Well, you're right.
And one of the best, Paul Gate, as a designer, he's been unbelievable. Paul with designing things, he's coming up with new things all the time to make them so functional. There may be in some
Oh, he's a
cases,
pioneer.
he's
There's
tried
no
to
doubt
do
about
that with
Paul
different
Gate,
stuff. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, that's
his
why they handle
inventions.
sticks the way they can handle them and all, because all the flexibility and the gloves. But you do, yes, you're definitely gonna sacrifice part of your body sometimes based on the kind of pads you wear. Some guys never wear cuffs. Some guys don't like wear pads up in here. Where you take the way they play today, when you're engaging guys and guys cross check guys, you get hit over here all the time. Usually nobody has a pad here unless they're wearing the shoulder pads
That's
that
yeah,
come
Vinny.
down.
It's
You
bad.
get a
Yeah.
good bruise in this area, you'll be like screwed for
But
the
40
game.
years ago, we didn't even have
That's hard to
goalie. We
play
didn't
when
have
you got a
goalie
bad
equipment.
there.
Our goalie equipment was terrible. Remember the guy? We had a couple guys that died because they had the wrong goalie equipment. I mean, stuff like that. Like, like they have better equipment today, a little bit better, but guys don't wear it right. When you dress up with equipment, you got to wear the right stuff. I'm surprised there's not a lot of fines in college and a lot of penalties. There's a lot of equipment that's not worn.
There
I
are,
look on the
listen, they put a
sideline. I can
rule
look
in.
at.
They they put a rule in for mouthpieces, right? They've
Yes.
eliminated hits to the head. The safety is there. It's just it's different. You're really taking more stick checks than anything today. Every now and then you get a headhunter, you get a guy cross check a guy to the face and do stuff like that. But if you're going to compare it to 30 years ago, forget it. Every other play was like that, and you got steamrolled about taking 2 steps before you could hit a guy. You used to take runs at guys and nail them after you shot all the time. You were vulnerable, you know.
Who did? Who did?
But
Who?
the game has changed.
Who, Vinny? Who did
No,
that?
that's
What
how
guy
the
did
game was
that?
played. I mean, there's a zillion guys. You go back to high school, and I'm talking about a lot of years now. When I played in high school, you had most guys were football, lacrosse players. The football, if you had a good football player, was like a linebacker. You made him a crease defenseman who really didn't have much skills, but the coach told him, okay, when the guy drives to take a shot, you just run him over. And that's how teams played. So you get hit, you get a Charlie horse, or you get hit to the face, or you'd get the wind knocked out of you. It was like that was the guy's job to take you out when you shot the ball. You don't have that now. Guys are running down alleys, they're shooting the ball. They get hit and everybody goes nuts. Like, oh, look what the guy did to him. I mean, shots to the head are bad and under the chin,
We
like
didn't
that
even
kind of
have kits
stuff,
back in
or
the
back
day.
of the neck.
No ice kits, no nothing.
That's cheap. A good shoulder to a guy, that should be fair game. You should be able to, be a little physical and make a guy know that if he's going to come in the middle, he can get hit. But, I think these guys are reluctant to even do that today because they don't want to get a penalty that could turn into a 2-minute penalty and change a game. But I'm not against the rules. I mean, I a little agree with you about the equipment not being good enough. I think they've done a really good job. All the different manufacturers out there to protect guys and also give you an ability to be fluid in how you play, not stiff. I sent today, we were kidding around, right? About we're going to the Chaminade St. Anthony's game tomorrow, and I sent a picture when I was playing in high. I mean, I'm wearing
Look, I
look
wanted
like
to show that on
oven
the air,
mitts.
but I couldn't find it.
No, but you talk about those gloves. Those were
Yeah,
hockey gloves. There was metal thumbs. You couldn't even feel your
oh,
stick.
those are like Neanderthal
I was on the
hockey
wrestling
gloves. They were
team.
like from
I used my
Neanderthal.
wrestling knee pads, were my arm pads. They were sliding down. The helmet, your helmet only came. Almost every guy who played in that era's got a scar under their chin. Everybody got hit under the chin, and you got cut. So it's different, but it's better. I like it better
Every
because I
stick
think
today
the
is
skill
illegal.
level and with the
If you
sticks,
if you guys
everything's
played the
illegal.
sticks today, every stick's illegal. It would have been 30 years ago.
It'd be
Every
different.
stick.
It'd be
These
a little
guys,
bit.
you can't even
It
get the
would be a
ball out of the
different
stick.
game. Yeah, they somehow get it out, But yes, I agree with you. It's not like when we played, with that. You could dislodge the ball much
Vinny,
easier
you'd never
back
be
then,
able to
for
check my
sure.
stick today. Steven,
I can't even reach around you. How am I going to
he's
check your
freezing up
stick?
again, Steven.
I got him freezing up. I got Smalley whistling out his mouth or teeth or whatever's going on there. All I hear is whistling.
That's his
What do they
nickname.
call
We
it?
call him Whistler's
Whistling
mother.
Sam?
What
We
are they
call
doing to me? Whistling, Whistler's mother.
What's that
What?
called?
Steven,
Whistling
you're under a
Sam?
lot
What
of
is
What's
pressure.
that
going
called?
on?
You
The madness. I'm at the madness, and all I
Vinny,
want
what
to
do they
do is
call
pick the game.
Whispering Sam? Oh my God in heaven.
These guys are unbelievable. These guys are unbelievable. For all the people out there to understand what it is
We're
to
getting
get with
older.
these guys, oh my God,
We are
this
getting.
is something
Just so
else.
you know, for the fans, if anybody's out there from Long Island and you're out there and you want to have fun for Wednesday, which is tomorrow, it's late Tuesday. Tomorrow is the biggest game of the year on Long Island. It's Chaminade at St. Anthony's. I'm having a big party at the Cornerstone Bar across from Chaminade High School. It's an Irish bar pub with all kinds of food. We're up to 13 people now. I'm launching out. Anybody want to come? We'll be there at 2:30, from 2:30 to 4:10, 4:15. Then we go over to Chaminade. It's gonna be a big day. All kinds of Irish food. It's gonna be a big time fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. But
definitely looking forward to that, for sure. The Cornerstone, right in Mineola, right across the street from Chaminade. Come get your picture taken with Smalley. That's right. You'll take some
yeah, well,
pictures, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm the only
he'll be
two-time
taking pictures.
Tewaaraton champ there is. Really, has
Yeah, he won
anybody
two
been other than
Tewaaraton
myself,
awards.
been a two-time? No, Vinny, has there ever
No,
been a
well,
guy that
Mikey
won
Powell,
two
just you and
Yeah,
besides
Mikey
me?
Lyle
Powell, I think.
Thompson.
Has Mikey Powell
Yeah,
really won
and
two?
No, I
I
think
think
Lyle
Mikey Powell
Thompson
won
too.
too.
I think one too.
No, he tied with a guy. He
Yeah.
had to split the vote. Him and his cousin got the same vote.
Yeah,
No, well,
but then
he
he
got it
won
with his
again
brother. His
himself,
brother.
I
His
think.
brother.
Yeah, so it's like one and a half.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the one? Okay. I thought he won by himself too. Okay.
I
All
think
right.
Mikey
Let's
Powell.
pick the
I think
next
Mikey
game.
Powell
The
won too.
next Yeah, Mikey Powell definitely won too. So, the next game is at Dartmouth. JP is taking the ride up and they're playing UPenn. And Dartmouth is getting 2.5 at home against
Who's
UPenn.
JP for the fans? JP is a good friend of ours, an Irish guy from Queens who knew nothing about lacrosse. He got his son involved. His father, Jack, was a great basketball coach. His son is very good on Dartmouth. What's his son's first name? His name is John, the father. John Fallon, Irish guy from Queens. His son's name is Jack Farron, right? Yeah,
That's right.
Jack.
Hmm.
And they
He's a good
and
he's a
they
good athlete, Jack, I
and
think.
they just got beat by Virginia, but they're coming
Yes,
home. So who are
that's
you
what I'm
picking?
saying. So wait, you got what team? Say it again, Stephen. I can't hear.
UPenn playing
And
Dartmouth at Dartmouth. Dartmouth getting 2.5.
I'm gonna go with Dartmouth. I think Fallon's gonna come out of the woodshed. By the way,
That's a good pick.
Well, it's It's not the guy you talked about. It's actually the guy coming out is Jesse Phelan. His name's Jesse. Jesse. Just so we're accurate.
Is the
But
is
I'm
the
gonna
Dartmouth
take
son?
Penn in that game. Yes, Jesse. And I'm taking
I'm going.
Penn.
I'm
I
going.
think Penn is a pretty solid team.
You know what scares me on this game is that half point. I could just see it, but I'm gonna pick Penn also. I'm going Penn. So the next one, you know who Smalley's gonna pick already. This is at Michigan, and Michigan, another home team getting goals. Michigan getting 3.5, playing Maryland.
Oh boy.
Well, hold on, there might be breaking
Wow.
news. Hubert Davis might have got fired. Who's Hubert Davis? I don't know. Vin, don't. I don't want to say it. I just saw something come on.
Smalls.
Maybe
Forget
it's
about
fake
the
news.
basketball.
Can
That's
you guys
scrolling at the
verify that?
bottom. Steven will scroll it at the bottom, like
Go ahead, go ahead, go
ESPN.
ahead, go ahead.
They can read it at the bottom.
Exactly.
He
All
loves
right,
a
go ahead,
We
disaster.
want to
go
know
ahead.
what your pick is.
I can't hear you. The two
We're
teams.
waiting
I
for your
should hear.
pick.
You're not listening.
No, we froze. It froze. Go.
You're reading basketball clips. Michigan is getting 3.5 goals
Watching
against
Hubert
Maryland.
Davis.
Oh, I got Maryland hands down. Maryland.
Okay, go ahead, Vin. I'm
They're
going
at
Maryland. I'm
Bye
Michigan.
bye,
going Maryland.
Yubi.
Michigan, yeah, they're at
Oh,
Michigan, but I'm going
I
Maryland.
called it. He's done. Bye bye. He's done.
I'm gonna go with Michigan.
Ooh, okay. Now the next one
Did you hear
is
me?
go
I'm
to the
going
Big
Michigan.
East. Big East is I got you, and you're lagging. Denver
I know.
is getting 1.5 and another one at home. Denver getting 1.5 at home against Georgetown. Georgetown having to give up a goal and a half.
I'm picking Denver. Denver, baby. I'm gonna have another solid week.
I think Smalley's on fire, actually. That's terrifying to me.
Yeah, I like
I'm going to
how
go
Denver
Georgia.
played at Duke, and I like. Yeah, I got to go Denver
I'm
also
going
at home.
Georgetown. And I'm going Georgetown. I'm giving a man 1A another shot. I believe in him.
What about Joe
Let's
Guns?
see. Joe Guns, Joe Corello, the Cowboy,
Joe Corella, big time
a.k.a. the
Joe.
Cowboy, coming out strong. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, back to
Yeah.
the Big Ten. Again, home underdog. Ohio State getting 1.5 against Penn State. These are all good
Wow.
games.
I'm going Penn State.
You knew Smalley's not going to pick against Penn State.
Now, now,
He's on the
I
Penn
gotta,
State
I gotta,
bandwagon.
I got a question.
I know it's gonna be.
Go
I
ahead.
saw in
ahead.
that last, I saw in that last game that Ohio State pulled out. They won against Rutgers by a goal. It looked like the kid,
Yep.
Big Tasty, didn't play the whole game. Is he hurt? Is he out? That makes
I
a
saw
big
that
difference
too.
if he's
I
in
don't
or
know.
out
I
of the
didn't see
game.
what happened there. Well, I mean, he's either hurt.
No, he wasn't allowed, right? Was he allowed to play?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but I agree with Vinny. I saw that they gave a lot of props to another goalie, and it wasn't him. So he either got hurt or he got benched, one or the other. You
He got
know,
benched. That's what he got. I
It
don't want
wasn't
to
like a
call it
lot of
I
that.
goals
I
don't
were
know.
mean,
being scored.
I
The
don't think he
final
could have.
score was like 7-6
No,
or
that's what I'm
something,
saying.
right?
So why would you take him out? He must have gotten hurt. He went out. You know,
wow, news is break, guys.
that's breaking
I'm,
news.
I'm going.
That's breaking
Everything's
news.
breaking right now.
So
I don't want to say too much. Well,
what's the line on what's the line on
One and
that
a
game?
half. Ohio State. 1.5.
Is favorite over Penn State?
No, they're getting 1.5.
no,
I
Penn
said
State's favored.
home underdog.
Come on, Vinny, I'm rooting for you.
I'm going to take
You got to
Ohio
take the
State.
lead.
I think you're heading for another overtime game, I think.
Yeah, that's pick. Yeah, I'm gonna pick. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna pick Penn State. I'll take Penn State. I'll go with Ferrone and see how he does. And last but not least, in the Big Ten, Hopkins. Again, every one of them is a home underdog. Rutgers is home, getting 1.5 points against Hopkins. I'm taking Hopkins.
I'll go with Hopkins also. I still think.
Yeah, me too. I think Hopkins is playing better. I think Hopkins is going to take them down.
But you
We're
It's
don't
rolling on
so
really, we didn't
Hopkins.
really talk about that much, but you don't really feel they could make a charge?
no, I don't.
Hopkins?
I think there's
No,
just
I
so
don't
many
think they
good
Yeah.
have enough to
teams.
make a charge. Like I
Yeah,
said,
they,
I
they,
think they're
they,
just
they got some
outside
good
that 10
pieces,
that I
though.
said, the current 10.
Yeah,
They got players. No,
that's where
they
they got
got
them
them.
placed.
Could it happen? Could they upset someone? Yeah,
Look at him now. He's
yeah.
sleeping. He's sleeping?
I sleep when I'm standing up. Don't matter. I'm
Passed
like a
out.
mule.
All right, let's get our
He's like
shout outs
Mr.
and get
Ed.
out of here.
I call him Mr. Ed.
Who Who's your shout out, Vin?
My shout out is to the Chaminade Flyers with their big game tomorrow. I'll be there to watch them after we spend some time at the Cornerstone, and we'll be at Chaminade to watch a great game. I'm sure it's going to be exciting. And my shout out is to the Chaminade Flyers. Let's get a win tomorrow, boys.
All right, if we're doing high school lacrosse, my shout out's going to be to the Kellenberg JV who took down Archbishop Stepanak today in a battle
Ah,
over in
holy cow.
East. What is that? What is it considered? East Meadow, Uniondale? What is it? Hempstead? What is it?
That's
Guess Mud
Uniondale.
Uniondale, I
City.
think. I
You
think
know,
it's Uniondale.
Uniondale. Okay. All right. So that's my shout out. They got the W. Go ahead, Smalls. Who's yours?
Malls?
Well, I can only do it. St. John's University since 1999. They got a year to come back. Can he pull it off? Can Patino, the most hated guy in sports, pull off the victory? Where Christian Laettner beat him when he played for Kentucky. They beat him 36 years ago. Can he pull off the greatest win? They're favored by 6.5 points. Friday night at 7 o'clock. Every St. John fan who put their life into the sport, come on, one time, help me out, fans and people. Say a prayer for me. It's all on the line for nothing. If they lose, I disappear. I disappear. I go away. I can't take that loss. Oh, it's gonna be hard to watch. Man, it's gonna be some game, man. I tell you. It's one for the ages. It really is, man. I had this lady, I don't know, lady luck, do you call it? Dude, would you guys agree? I am a little lucky. Just give me a little props here. I need a little
You
love
do
from you
have
guys.
luck. You do have the luck of the Irish. You have the luck of the Irish.
3 years ago, I decided to buy courtside tickets. As you know, my nickname is BC. What does it stand for, Vinny? You don't want to give me any
He's
props.
on. He's on
Courtside.
tape delay.
Thank you. Thank you, Vincy. The only compliment I ever got. But anyway, no, they have a legit chance. Everybody's counting them out. All the people are Duke, 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 Duke. That's all I hear. Duke. Can they upset them, baby? Can they do it one more time? You know, hey, Vinny, one thing I wanted to talk about, which you
I
talk
just
about a lot in your playing days, you, the Gary Gates, all the guys that ever played the game, there's something to do about playing great, but also having just, what do you call that? That luck when you're going forward, almost like you can't lose. You have that mystique, whatever, like you play these teams, you're just on a roll. I just feel like it's a year of magic. I believe that they can pull it off. It's like I feel it. I know how great these teams are. I just believe it's destiny. That's what I was looking for. That they can pull this victory off and go all the way and win it all. I think about that ticket day parade in Manhattan on the bus, me holding up the trophy on the bus. We're champions, St. John's basketball. I see it. I have the vision of it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen.
okay.
I
I
know it
hope it
sounds
happens
crazy,
for you.
but it's like I'm a child. I feel like a child, like a kid, that you believe these things that could happen because it's destiny. It's like when the Islanders won 4 World Cups.
What did I
How
say,
did they do
Steven?
it?
He's a
One of them had to be
child,
luck,
like
Vinny.
in Mad Max. He's a child.
He's a child. He's a child.
Can you show me that thing where it says you got a clip of that, Vinny, for the fans? Anybody show what it is, a child.
Yeah,
Show it.
Stephen will put it up.
You're out of
Let
control.
me ask you that, but I gotta
All
ask you
right. So
something.
St. John's
I
fans,
mean, hold on one second. Hold on one second. I can't believe in all this shout out about St. John's, you didn't give your nephew, Dylan Darling, a shout out for that amazing play he made to win the game.
well, exactly. So I'll give it to Dylan Darling. He's a kid that came from Wichita, somewhere far. Where was he really from? Somewhere far away. The kid was a Division III player, and he scores the
Pitcher.
winning shot
Oh,
the other night. Here's a kid. Here's a kid. Every game after at the Garden, he would come up to me, give me a hug, give me a high five. I go, Dylan, you're gonna make it, and he scores that 2 points to beat Kansas. But I will say something about Kansas. There's a kid named Peterson, and as much as I love St. John's, I gotta be reality. He's the best player I've seen all year in basketball. He reminds me of John Morant. His athletic ability is off the charts. His ceiling, first name I forget, last name Peterson from Kansas. Amazing, amazing athlete. Amazing. And all the
yeah.
best to all these kids. Basketball is my favorite thing in the world. There's nothing like the Final Four. I've been to every sporting event in the world, from World Cups, Stanley Cups, World Series. There's nothing like March Madness to me in the world, and it's just the most exciting thing. And I'm like, every second now, I'm like really nervous. 2 days before the game, I'm shot. I'm completely shot. I hope I wake up. So say a prayer for me, guys. All right, guys, signing
We'll
off.
be
All
back.
right.
We'll be back next week. For those of you, make sure you get out and follow on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube, and
Hey,
make
Vinny.
sure you get out to see
We
Smalley.
might have a few. We might have a few special guests to come on at the Cornerstone. We might have to do a little remote from the Cornerstone.
Well,
Whoa.
we'll get some videos for sure. But for the fans out there, I think they got an invite from Smalley. They got invited to the
Everybody come,
Cornerstone.
right.
You
Come
know,
to the Cornerstone.
they want you at the
Beautiful bar. Oh,
Cornerstone. Come see
everybody O'Connell
Come
family.
see Uncle Smalley at the Cornerstone.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an unbelievable time. It really is. Can't beat it.
And then
Food, to give away prizes. I got St. John's shirts to give out. This could be a Wallapalooza. 2:30 tomorrow. Don't be late for the food. 4:30 is the game.
there
Gives
we
us time
go.
to eat.